So, here we are again in the captain's cabin, and we were on our way to the tavern when we got an urgent request from the governor to make another review, which is what we'll do. And this time we will be looking at the first public alpha release of Beyond New Horizons, or rather New Horizons Build 15. Now, we are now using New Horizons Build 14, so Beyond New Horizons is the next major release of this mod. You can see how exciting everybody are, always running around. You can't contain his enthusiasm. Now, Beyond New Horizons is not finished, so it's a little early to do a full review, but we will look instead a little at why this release is so exciting, and a little bit on what the current state of the mod is, at least as I experience it. So, on to the review. Let's start with a little background information. The Pirates of the Caribbean New Horizons mod has been based on the Pirates of the Caribbean game from 2003. Modders have been able to do incredible things with the game, but the mod requires the original game, which is no longer available for sale. The mod has also been limited by mainly being able to modify the data files of the game, while the old version of the Storm engine, which is used by the game, could not easily be changed. However, a new version of the Storm engine is found in the Sea Dogs to Each His Own game, which is still available on Steam. And in 2021, the studio making this game released a version of the game based on a much modernized version of the Storm engine, and also published the source code of the game on GitHub under GPL license. So the Beyond New Horizons version of this mod is based on this updated version of the Storm engine from the Sea Dogs to Each His Own game, which means that the mod will now be standalone. The original Pirates of the Horizons game will no longer be needed, and not only the data files, but all aspects of the game and the game engine can in theory be updated and changed by modders. So the most exciting part of the Beyond New Horizons release is perhaps not so much what we have now, but what we might get in the future. I have done a little bit testing of the latest update of the Beyond New Horizons alpha release, and it plays much like Build 14. There are some changes in behavior here and there that can likely be due to the new engine, and I counted what was likely some bugs here and there, but that's to be expected. Overall, I think this looks very promising. So, very exciting times ahead. I'm very much looking forward to the full release of this mod. Welcome to the Caribbean, and the New Horizons mod, and not only the New Horizons mod, but Build version 14 Alpha 9. So these are exciting times, and we have a new version of the Beyond New Horizons mod. So, as you can see, I have installed it here, and well, it looks much like the old version. Let's try to start a new game and see what happens. Hail the Seahawk and Nathaniel Hawk and the Seahorse, why not? The graphics look a little bit crisper perhaps. could just be my imagination. So let's see if you're trying to start it.
Aye, Governor?
Here we are. And we have good old Malcolm Hatcher. Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm thinking of retiring. Let's see here. Can move around a little bit. The mouse. Quite certain what I chose there, but here to have out to the world, and why not? So let's see what we have. It's quite responsive, I think. The main figure looks nice. Bad. I'm not quite certain what happened to my ship, but let's try to get a land. Sounds are a little bit loud, perhaps. Let's try to take this down a little bit. That's better. The jungle looks quite nice. Talk to the gentleman here. He doesn't want to be talked to. Okay, so there might be some bugs still, but it's to be expected. So it's an alpha release after all. Just jog on down the road here. See where we end up. More jungle. There are some unsavory individuals. Perhaps we get an opportunity to do some fighting. Let's see where those persons go. And thus our journey ended. And hello, finally you're awake again. We are in St. John's Tavern. And goodbye to her. And let's have a look here. Let's see if my ship is still here.
This is fun. I have never dueled a pig before.
So John's Tavern, we are all the way out here. Where? Okay, this is the town, I guess. So let's get inside and have a look. Naval base. Tigra, so let's see if our ship's still here. Yep. Ah, here we are. Inside our dear ship. Let's go visit the captain's tavern, captain's cabin. Ah, what nostalgic memories. Here we are back again in our dear cabin. See now, weapons locker. Ship's chest. Okay. Everything appears to be in order. Select cargo hold, food. Ah, so it's almost out of food and food and rum. Some tobacco. Let's see if we manage to sell something here. Perhaps not. This is a naval base. Naval store. Let's talk to this gentleman. Don't waste my and your time, sir. We don't deal with civilians here. The only exception are loyal privateers with letter of marque. Okay, so I think I'll end it, and rather positive first impressions. Graphics looks nice. It's appeared to be quite responsive and fast graphics, and obviously some minor problems here and there, but overall looks very promising. So with that, we say goodbye from the Caribbean, and goodbye.